Hey, what's going on, guys? BMW M340i Films here, and today, man, I got for y'all a little kind of chat and drive POV, where I'm going to be talking to you guys about kind of the future plans for the car, some cosmetic stuff, some possible performance stuff, and just kind of also my thoughts on the car, just ownership. I've owned the car for just over a week here, and I did some maintenance such as the spark plugs, the coils, as well as the oil. So that is all stuff I did, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about it, just kind of give you my thoughts on the car. How has it been for me? How has it been as my daily driver? Is it like road friendly? Like, how are the bumps? And all that. Just kind of my standard thoughts and opinions on it. So, I mean, without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so now we're back into it, so let's get started with this POV. So as I stated, I wanted to kind of chat with you guys about, what are exactly my plans for this car? Like, what do we have going on? And I think one of the first things I'd like to do with this car is a lot of cosmetic changes. As in, change out the grille, the diffuser in the back, add some side skirts, and of course a front lip with adjustments made to the mirrors. So I think the first install that I want to do is the grille. Though the new grille is a change on the 3 Series, I'm not a fan of it. Okay, that's just maybe my opinion, but I am just not a fan of the new grille. So that is one install you guys should be expecting. And it is not actually the new style grille that I got. So that is just for future reference, something for you guys to keep in mind. And another big change cosmetically that I mentioned was the diffuser. Though, guys, I am not a fan of the fake tips that BMW has released in the new 3 and 4 series and all of their models. I don't like it. It's just not, it doesn't look appealing to the eye, to me personally at least. So what I wanted to do was change out the diffuser to a more aggressive carbon style diffuser with the brake light added to the back. And what I wanted to do with that diffuser was actually add a quad exhaust. So, I mean, let me know in the comments, guys, do you think I should keep the tips, the way they are, or add a set of quad exhaust tips? Here's my radar. I personally want to add some quad tips because I think they would look more aggressive. Yes, and people do say that yeah, the G80 M3, is the one with the quad tips. You should be driving an M3, an actual M car, to have the quad tips. But I mean, at the end of the day, this thing is as fast as the F80 M3s. Like, with a tune, it will be faster. So, I mean, you tell me if that's a sports car or not. And I know there are videos out there that show drag races with a tuned F80 M3 competition, as well as a 2020 M340i tuned. And in the videos, you can clearly see off the jump, this car is insane. So another modification that I wanted to do cosmetically was add a pair of side skirts to the vehicle. I know that the theme I'm going for on this car is a kind of blue and carbon theme, but I think a touch of black, especially a gloss black, would look beautiful on this car. And I think that's what I want to do with the side skirts. The side skirts I want to make gloss black. And these are not the typical side skirts that will be going from the back all the way to the front. These will just kind of cover the back doors mainly, and I think that's the kind of subtle look that I want to go for. I don't want to go with anything flashy or crazy. And we have a cop right there as I'm driving by with an open dump exhaust. And this goes to show you guys why this car is so nice, is because I think BMW thought about the people when making this car, because with a touch of a button you can have the exhaust go from something as tame as this to something as wild as a 335i with like the crackle and pop tune going on it. So let's get some highway action, guys. Once we get on the highway, I'll open it up. I'll get into sport mode.
Rear KA band.
Yes, I saw the rear KA band.
Rear K band.
So like I said, guys, the best thing about this car is the modes that it has. And now, which leads me into the transition of kind of like what my ownership opinions are. What are my thoughts on this car? So I've had this car for around a week, just over a week, and I think it's a phenomenal car. I mean, really, I think this is a phenomenal daily driver. Because one, this comes with BMW's B58 engine. So it's an inline-six twin scroll single turbo, guys. Not to get it mixed up with a twin turbo. It's a twin scroll single turbo engine that makes, I believe, 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. But for any M340i owners out there, that's a complete lie. This car does not feel like it makes 389 horsepower. If this car makes 389 horsepower, then I must be Albert Einstein, or some some level of genius, which I'm not. So when I did the launch control in this car, I mean, it was insane. It threw me back in my seat, and yeah, it did not feel like a 380 horsepower kind of launch control. It felt like a 400 plus horsepower kind of launch control. And that brings me to the drive mode. So right here we'll have a Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro drive mode. And the nice thing is, when I get my stock exhaust put back on, guys, you guys will be able to see the valve is the most amazing thing ever, because let's say you're going to your morning commute, you want to have it in Eco Pro, valves closed. You don't want to hear the pops and crackles happening like every 2 seconds, right? That'll be a bit much. But let's say you're on your way home from work. Now that's a different story. You're off of work, you want to let loose some wind. That's when you put it into something like Sport or Sport Plus, maybe even Sport Individual if you want. And then the car becomes just, it's just not even a car. And check it out what I mean. I mean, guys, like, I barely gave this thing some throttle, and jeez, good God. I mean, this car is just phenomenal. In Sport Plus, with the sport mode on the transmission as well, when you flip it over to the side, I mean, guys, it just awakens the entire car into just wow, like wow. I don't know if my reaction does justice. I don't know if the camera does justice, but I mean, this car is just spectacular. Really it is. And if you do have an opportunity to get a BMW M340i, really, I just get it. I would get it. You are going to love the car. And the best part is, just like that, with a click of the paddle shifters, boom, we're in manual mode. So up there we just got a bit of construction, that's all it is. And the ZF 8-speed transmission that comes in this car, guys, is lightning quick. I mean, it is lightning quick. When I did the launch control, I didn't do it in the manual mode, which I should have. But, I mean, even in the regular sport transmission, it just shifts so quickly. And, I mean, you add it to the manual mode. Look at that. I mean, we're in Eco Pro now. You cannot even hear the pops that were originally there within the Sport or Sport Plus mode. Like I said, guys, I mean, BMW, I think, thought of the people. In a sense, I think they thought of the people, so that is nice. And I think if I was to, I guess, take 1 point off on the car, or would kind of knock it off, would be the ride quality. Guys, at the end of the day, you're getting an M340i. This was the car that was released in anticipation for the G80 M3. So, I mean, the ride quality is not going to be the most pristine ride quality. This is not a 5 Series, you know, it's not one of those. It's a phenomenal ride, but you're nowhere going to get the ride quality that you would out of a 5 Series, a 7 Series, or anything like that. But it is doable enough to get you from where you need to go. I mean, in the long distance drives, you can put it into the Eco Pro individual and customize the drive to your liking. Those are all things you can do. But I guess another thing that would kind of knock off that I could think of, and like I said, guys, these are very difficult for me to think of. I would say is the gas. Like, oh my god, this thing drinks gas like a warthog at a watering hole. Good god. But okay, here, before I say and I call this car a warthog at a watering hole, let me elaborate. With my commute weekly to school, to work, and maybe to see friends, that's why I have to fill up weekly, right? But let's say you were just, this is kind of like your weekend car, or, you know, this isn't a car that you drive too often. I think you could easily get away with getting this car a week and a half with a full tank. But with my driving, I mean, yeah, it's a bit complicated. And another thing you guys should know is that in the sport mode, this thing will just go through gas. There's not even a point to even trying to think about gas or even save gas. Like, gas doesn't exist in sport mode. It doesn't exist. There's no such term as that. Which reminds me, let's go into Sport Plus just again. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys can hear those pops, but they are glorious, guys. Oh my lord. And that's just in 7th gear at around 2,000 RPMs. But that is also with an open dump on a stock cat. I mean, if you get a tune and all that stuff, yeah, your pops are going to be much more insane than this. God. This is just at 2,000 RPMs. Jesus. Oh my God. How is this even a real car? That is crazy, y'all. Zoom out. Good God. I hope y'all can hear that. Excuse these roads, guys. These roads aren't exactly the most friendly. And we are in the Sport Plus setting, so it's not going to be the most comfortable ride as well, so. But I wouldn't trade it for a thing, guys. I mean, the day I got this car, I mean, I really fell in love. I thought it really is the perfect car. It's in the perfect amount of power that BMW tells you. But with that, guys, I think I'm going to conclude this POV kind of chat and drive video. I really did hope that you guys did enjoy that and you guys do want to see further videos in the future like this. So leave in the comments as to what kind of videos do you guys want to see. I mean, do you guys like the cosmetic ideas that I have? I mean, you know, what ideas can you guys bring me? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and I am out. Peace, everybody.